via YouTube streaming and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Truth is eternal. Vertical line of truth. Truth is. Truth simply is. It is neither old nor new. It is eternal. It has no reference to time or space. Beyond time and space. That is the meaning of the word eternal. Eternal means that which is beyond time and space. Eternal does not mean forever, because forever has a reference to time, and eternal goes beyond all that is permanent. Permanency, if we say something is permanent, that belongs to the dimension of the time. Eternal simply means that which is timeless. Truth is never of the past or the future. It knows only now and here. It only knows one time, which is now, and only knows one space, which is here. So it belongs to the dimension of now, here. Instead, it is transcendence of time, transcendence of space. Truth is always now, here. It has no history, because history belongs to the world of lies and time. Politics has history, and religion has no history because it is an individual phenomenon. This is the first thing to be understood, that truth cannot be old and it cannot be new either. It is eternal, that which is beyond time and space. If truth can be new, then one day it will become old. Today it is new, tomorrow it can be old. Whatsoever is new today will be old tomorrow. However, truth is never old, hence it can never be new or old. Truth is equivalent to existence. In a way, it can be said it is as old as the mountains, as new as this morning's dewdrop. Simultaneously it goes. It is as old as the mountains, and it is as old as this morning's dewdrops. But it is only a way of saying. What is being said is that truth is eternal. Truth is eternal. But there are people who are very much interested in the old, and they are past oriented. They believe in something only if it is very old. Older it is, they think better it will be. All that is old is considered gold for them. They go on trying to prove that their scripture is the oldest scripture and the best. Their religion is the most ancient. Sanatan, the Hindu Dharma, never says it is old. It is eternal. There is another group of people who think that new is always better than the old because it is new. It is refurbished. It is the latest. It is the latest version. Both go on missing the truth. One remains the past oriented, the other becomes future oriented. And truth exists now and here. Neither of the past nor of the future. You can enter, before we enter into this small parable, you have to understand something about time. Because basically it is a question of understanding time and its process. Understanding time and its process. Time moves in horizontal line from east to west or west to east. Horizontal straight line, which is x-axis. If you draw a graph on Euclidean geometry, time is like moving on the surface of the water or the river. You are covering the distance from point A to point B. Its movement is linear, hence it is shallow, and it does not have any depth because you remain on the surface. One moment is followed by another, so on and so forth. Before you can catch hold of the moment, it is already gone. So you cannot move into depth. You cannot dive in time. You can only float or swim. It has its own relaxation. When you swim, you feel relaxed. It is very thin though. It has no depth. It is horizontal. Eternity is vertical. It moves into depth, into heights. Just think of the cross of Jesus. This is the symbol of time and eternity. Time and eternity. Cross is made of two lines. One is horizontal. This is the position. This is horizontal and this is vertical. One horizontal on which Jesus' hands are nailed. Jesus' hands are nailed on the vertical axis. Cross represents the whole phenomena of time. The horizontal line represents history, politics, and the mundane life. The world of events and the world of facts. The vertical line is the world of truth, not of facts. The vertical line is the world of absolute reality, of God, of nirvana, and of meditation, and all that belongs to that dimension. Whenever one starts moving into the vertical dimension, one simply goes beyond time. Then there is nothing new, nothing old. Truth alone is. Time, the horizontal line, consists of two things, past and future. Present is almost absent because we go on missing the present moment. We either swing to the past or to the future. Present is almost absent. You never become aware of the present moment because the present moment is so precise, so delicate. The moment you become aware of the present moment, it is already gone. You always become aware when it becomes the past. Only then you become aware of this moment. Simple thing, we go to the restaurant, we eat food there. The platter with the delicious food is in front of us. Its aroma reaching your nostrils. The eyes are seeing the food in front of you, but you are logged into your past. Thinking, talking, the food that you ate last time in the restaurant was better than this one. And when the time in that restaurant, the food was in front of you, you missed that opportunity. We remember things only when it is no more. We have something in front of us. Instead of cherishing that as a moment, we allow that moment to slip from our hands, and when it reaches the womb of the past, then we try to discover it from there and remember it. This is what we do. We are not enjoying what we have in front of us. Instead, we remain locked into the past, that past which is no more. For example, this moment, if you become aware of it, the time that is taken by your becoming aware is enough to make it past. It immediately makes it past. The moment you say, yes, this is present, it is already gone and slipped from your hand. It is said that Lao Tse used to go for a walk every morning. And one day his friend, his neighbor, insisted that he wants to accompany Lao Tse for a walk. Reluctantly, Lao Tse allowed him to go. He went. Probably for the first time he wake up that hour. As he was going, he saw the sun rising. And he said, look at the beautiful sunrise. Lao Tse didn't say anything. He came home and he said, you talk too much, you are not going with me to the walk tomorrow. And from tomorrow you will not be going with me. When the moment is available, there is no need to talk. And when you are in the restaurant, the food is in front of it, enjoy every bit of it. You are in that moment, which is when something is available to you. You cannot even utter the word now, because when you have uttered it, its newness is no more. The present that you think exists in time is almost nothing. It's a very precise moment. It is sandwiched between past and future. The past is big. Look backwards. It stretches and on beyond imagination. Beyond imagination. It seems to be beginningless, and so is the future vast. It goes on stretching ahead of you, on and on, endlessly beyond the horizons. This is the future, and you swing between these two limits. Between these two big phenomena, past and the future, your present is just sandwich atomic moment of which you cannot even become aware. The moment you know it, it is gone. It is no more. You only become aware of the past. So time consists of past and future. Eternity consists of the present moment. Then what we call present is nothing else but a spot where eternity intersects the time, where the horizontal line and the vertical line intersect one another. That is now. That is present. Then what we call present is nothing but the delicate point where eternity crosses the time, where eternity penetrates the time. The moment eternity penetrates the time, you are now, and that is why Jesus' heart is called the sacred heart. There is no way to move into that eternity. That is what meditation is all about. The horizontal, the vertical line intersects the horizontal. Meditation is a drop in eternity. That is why all the techniques, all the methods of meditation insist not to be obsessed with the past. Not to be obsessed with the past, let past go. So too, be not infatuated with the future either. Let it go as well. Slowly and slowly, as you withdraw from the past, your past memories begin to vanish. Future projections too begin to vanish. Past is no more, the future is not yet. Both are non-existential. To remain in the non-existential is to remain in misery. And existence is bliss. It is truth and it is consciousness. Non-existence is untruth, unconsciousness, misery, just the opposite, and we live in the non-existential realm. Just watch what goes on inside you. Either you are thinking of the past, you are in the past memories, the nostalgia of the past, your beautiful childhood, your youth, your love affairs, this and that. Or you are immersed in future. What are you going to do tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? Either you are drowned in the past or you are drowned in the future. That is why you are not. That is why you yourself have become the island of falsehood and misery. You are too much concerned with that which is false, and that concern makes you pseudo. Withdraw yourself from the past. It happens slowly and slowly. When the past begins to reek and begins to surface, you do not entertain it. You just skip it. There is real renunciation, withdrawing yourself from the past and the future, not by effort. Remember, if you withdraw yourself by effort, you will be deceived. If you withdraw yourself by effort, you will say, I will withdraw myself from the past so that I can be in deep meditation. Then your deep meditation will become a future projection. It is neither meditation nor deep. You have already moved from past to the future. If you say, if I withdraw from the past to attain to nirvana, you have only substituted the past with the future. Both are same. Both are non-existential, because past is non-existential, does not exist. Future is non-existential. Neither the past nor the future makes any difference. If you withdraw from the future and you say, I will not desire the future because I have to attain nirvana, enlightenment and satori. But this is future. You cannot withdraw by an effort, because in effort you will always be motivated by this or that. There will be desire and there will be goal. Then how to withdraw? How to withdraw? You can withdraw only by understanding the situation that past is not, it is futile. Thinking about that which is not is futile. Certainly it is not going to lead you into the world of truth if you withdraw from the past. Just seeing the futility of the past as memory or dust, you take the dust. When you see there is dust, take something and wipe it out. Just seeing the futility of the past as the memory or dust that has gathered on the mirror of consciousness, it is as useless. It is just useless. You wash it away with no motivation. Just seeing the futility of it, you drop it. Not that you drop it for something else. You just drop it. When you wipe your counter that is dusty, you just wipe it. You have this. If you drop it for something else, the future has entered into. You have deceived yourself. And when you drop the past, seeing its futility, how can you go on living in future? Remember, the future is always based, it has roots in the past. Whatsoever you want tomorrow is nothing else but those beautiful things that you had yesterday. You wanted a repetition, maybe modified, a little bit better, yet refined, but it is the past again in a different garb. When the past is dropping, when the past is dropped, seeing the futility of it, there is no reason, it slips out of your hands, and with it also slips the future. Future is nothing else but the shadow of the past. You had been a woman yesterday, and you would like to be a woman again tomorrow. That is future. Your tomorrow is nothing but the reflection of the past, your yesterday. When yesterday disappears, with that also disappears the reflections. With the past in the same package, future too disappears. And then all that remains is present. When the future is no more, the past is no more, then what remains is the present. Not that you had asked for it, not that you have longed for it or desired, vowed or practiced for it, no. Because the past and future is no more there. Then present is. The same space that was occupied by the past and the future is now empty. There is nothing else. The screen is empty. In that emptiness one feels the present. And to be in the present is to be in truth. Then you have depth. You have fallen into the vertical dimension. You have height. Heights which are higher than the Everest, and the depth that are deeper than the Pacific Ocean. Then your life will have a grandeur and a splendor. This is what is called Buddhahood, Christ consciousness, or whatsoever you want to call it, when your life has a grandeur and a splendor and blissfulness. Beware of these two traps. You not go into the past to search for truth, and you need not go into the scriptures because the scriptures belong to the past. You need not go into imagination, logic, because all that logic can do is create utopias. In the future, you need not go anywhere, neither in the past nor in the future. You have to be just here now. And the utter beauty and the utter blessedness of the moment, the one is transformed, not by doing anything, but by just being here now. Allow yourself this fall into the present moment more and more. And you will be afraid because it is really a fall. You are going into depths, and those depths are abysmal. When I say abysmal, they are abysmal, and we have become accustomed to floating on the surface. For many lives, we have been just swimming on the surface, and we have forgotten the depth of the ocean and its reality. So when you start falling into depth, you become afraid. You will have a deep, frightening, scary experience. You will be in panic. This is the moment when you need a master to say you do not be worried. There is nothing that can be lost, and that which can be lost is not worth keeping. That which is essential will remain with you. Only the non-essential will be gone. Indeed, it is good that non-essential goes away. The man of awareness becomes the man of essence. Personality consists of non-essential. Your soul consists of all that is essential. The essential is immortal, is eternal. Non-essential is momentary, and we cling to non-essential. This is the cause of your suffering, because you cannot keep hold of it. It disappears sooner or later. Whatsoever we do is futile because the momentary cannot remain forever. Just as it comes, it goes like a wave. A wave or a ripple arises on the surface of the ocean and disappears. A bubble comes and disappears. Sooner or later it will be gone. For the moment it looks so beautiful. The sun is reflected in it. The small rainbow surrounds it. A small rainbow surrounds it, but it is just a soap bubble. Next moment it will not be. You can play with it, never become attached to it. Otherwise you will suffer. People are suffering because they get attached to soap bubbles. They get attached to the waves. They go on playing with the waves. They have given different names to the soap bubbles. Somebody calls it love. You may call it money. You may call it power. You may call it life, prestige, and so on and so forth. But they are all soap bubbles. Any moment they will be gone, and you will be left in despair. To cling to personality is to cling to the soap bubble, the non-essential. Truth is vertical dimension. It is eternal. It is nothing else exists. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care.